If you do have a question, go ahead and hit the raise hand feature. We'll get you unmuted and call it on. We'll start here with Jeff Metcalf, the Arizona Republic, followed by Alex Simon.
I know this is a really big disappointment. It just seemed like you couldn't get a handle on Lloyd at the beginning, and it just got away from you. Never really, even though you made that run in the fourth quarter, it was just too late.
Yeah, no, Jeff, it was a weird game. Like, we talked about obviously how important it was, but Seattle came out with more sense of urgency than we did, and it was a little disappointing in that regard. We weren't tough-minded, we weren't fighting through screens, and we weren't playing together as much. And Jewel, I mean, hell of a player. She's a great player. So, she got on fire. She had 12 points in the first quarter, and we contained her a little bit in the third, and then she obviously made some big tough shots near the end. But disappointing. But we have to regroup, we have to learn, and we have to get ready for the 23rd now at GCU. Yeah,
and you've had to go this route, well, every time really. But what are your thoughts just on having to go these elimination games now?
It is what it is. I suppose that's my thought. We've been there before. It's not easy. Definitely not easy. We just got to take it a one game at a time approach, and because you have to, because otherwise you lose, you go home anyway. But we got to make sure we bring our best game, and we, I've got to find. They're doing a good job against Skylar at the moment with all the trapping and that. So we just got to find a way to get some, get her going a little bit as well, and probably utilize the bench a little bit more. But we had a good fight back there at one stage, and just couldn't finish it off. And like I said, it's a really good team that plays really well in Seattle.
One more thing for me, just to make that kind of comeback, in a game that looked like it was hopeless. I say hopeless, but you know what I mean. I mean, is there's something you can take away from that, just that you were able to get this down to 4 points?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, that's what we've shown that all season long. You know what I mean? If we just keep competing and playing hard, and it's hard work. We play. It's not. I know it's not. The whole 40 minutes they can compete, but you want to compete as hard as you can, and good things happen. We're on the same page. We're in plays. We were contesting it. They started missing shots. We could rebound, and it took us. We struggled offensively in that third quarter, and obviously, we got to stay aggressive. I mean, they were in the scramble defense, but we got it back to 4. So we have to look at the positives in that regard, but we just got to make sure our first 20 minutes has to be better than what it was.
Great, thank you.
We're going to kick over to Alex Simon with the next.
Hi, Sandy. When you kind of talk about getting it back to 4, that's kind of indicative, though, of you can get it back and you're fighting and winning every possession, and then they just get one basket like Lloyd with that and one driving hoop, and that margin of error that digging a hole that deep creates is so minimal. How difficult is that for a team to kind of know you have to turn every possession positive on both ends of the floor when you're trying to fight back from that margin?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. I mean, every possession counts. We're just talking about we got to get consecutive stops. Let's make sure we're competing and staying in plays a little bit better. That was a bit disappointing the way we played in that first half. But, defensively, we have to hang our hat on defense, because offense can come and go, but we've got to make sure we're competing. But we did fight back, and it's hard when you're in those situations. And, it's not that it was bad, we switched it, and Jill made a tough shot over BG. So, I suppose that's not a bad position to be in.
When you guys have had these halves where you can turn it on in the second half, you've kind of mentioned, you'd love to see it over 40 minutes. Is there kind of anything that you feel like is missing when you see your team playing in the first half right now that you're able to figure out by the time you get to the second half in these games?
Yeah, I just don't think, I don't know. So we didn't come out. I thought we had a really good week of practice. Just to have playing a little bit tougher, competing a little bit more, getting through screens, doing the hard things, and doing them together. And that's the key thing. Our only success is being able to do it together. So we've got to keep digging deep and making sure that we keep communicating and fighting together, and hopefully that will be enough.
Last one for me. It seemed like Brittany was absolutely sensational for you guys on both ends of the floor tonight, but especially with what she was able to do on the offensive end. I mean, she had 6 offensive rebounds in the first half. How important is she, especially in kind of recognizing matchups like she maybe felt like she had tonight, and knowing if we need to, we can throw it to her and everything will kind of sort itself out that way?
Yeah, look, obviously they brought a trap a lot. So for her to have 26 with all the congestion that she has showed, just how good she is. She had a great game, and there's times where we didn't probably utilise getting the ball enough, to be quite honest. But we've got to make sure we have a good balance inside-outside attack, and the guards on the outside just staying aggressive. Sometimes they got it and they were hesitant. We've got to make sure that we're on our front foot as well. But like BG's had a wonderful season. Great season. Couldn't ask more than what she did like tonight or any other games during the season.
All right, thanks, Sandy.